Greetings and welcome. Subscribe the channel Thermal Engineering for video sessions on fluid mechanics. In this video session we will see what is fluid, why it is required and what is use of fluid. What is fluid? From physics we know that any matter or substance typically exists in one of three states, either solid, liquid or gas. Fluid is a substance which deforms continuously or flows under the action of shear force. So from this clip we understand that when the fluid is subjected with small amount of force, it goes under shear force and shear strain and continuously get deformed, means it is flowing under the action of shear force. So this happens in case of fluid. A substance in the liquid or gas phase is referred to as a fluid. In case of solid, when the solid is subjected with shear stress, deformation takes place, but a small deformation is there at a very large amount of shear force or shear stress. Whereas a fluid deforms continuously under the influence of small shear stress. So at very small amount of shear stress there is a continuous deformation in case of fluid. Here we find the difference between solid, liquid and gas. In case of solid, the intermolecular forces are very strong. So the molecules are closely packed together. That's why they have definite shape. In liquid, the intermolecular forces are weaker relative to solids, but still strong compared with gases, and the distances between molecules generally increases slightly as a solid turns in liquid. So because of intermolecular weak bonding, here it takes shape in which it is poured. In case of gas, the intermolecular forces are very weaker and the molecules are far apart from each other. So when the solid is kept here inside this container, it has fixed shape and volume. When the liquid is poured in this container, it takes the shape of the container in which it is poured and it has fixed volume. While a gas expands until it encounters the walls of the container and fills the entire available space of the container. So here solid has definite shape and volume, and particles of solid are not free to move over each other because of strong bonding between the molecules. Liquid has no definite shape but has definite volume, and particles are free to move over each other. Gas, it has no definite shape and particles move in random motion with little or no attraction to each other. Now when the fluid is in motion, either it may be liquid, shear stress is present. But when the fluid is at rest, Means, for example, here this is a hydro power plant. So this is a dam, means storage of water. So in this, a large amount of water is stored by constructing a wall against the river. In this case, as the water is in steady state condition, it is not flowing. In this case, shear stress is absent. Now the branch which deals, or the branch of fluid mechanics which deals with fluid at rest, that is called as fluid statics. So in fluid statics, the forces which comes on the wall by the water, these are calculated or obtained by studying the fluid statics. When the fluid is in a flow, means if we consider a fluid flow in a pipeline, here two cases occurs. At the wall surface, where the fluid molecules are in contact of wall surface, because of the property of fluid as a viscosity, these fluid particles are not moving because of viscosity. Now viscosity is resistance offered by the fluid to its flow. So as the flow is, or as the fluid is viscous in nature, at the wall velocity of the fluid is 0. Now as we move away from this wall toward the center, we find the velocity of this fluid flowing is going to increase. So it increases and it becomes maximum at the center of pipeline. So this velocity is called as free stream velocity, which is at the center, that is maximum velocity of the fluid. Now the branch in which study of fluid in a motion is done, but in this case forces are not considered. So this branch is called as fluid kinematics. So in this case, velocity, acceleration of the fluid are studied. Different fluid properties which are required to study in fluid mechanics: density, specific weight, specific gravity, viscosity, vapor pressure, specific volume. We will study this property in detail in further video session. Here just we will have a look on these names of the fluid properties. So this is a vapor pressure, that is a pressure applied by this vapor which is accumulated inside this closed vessel in which water is boiled, that is called as vapor pressure. Surface tension is a property of the fluid. At the interface of solid surface and liquid, there is a thin film which forms under the stretch condition that happens because of surface tension. Capillarity is a phenomenon of rising or falling of liquid in a small tube. Compressibility is the nature of the fluid, or degree to which the fluid gets compressed. That ability is called as compressibility. So based on this, we decide whether the flow is or fluid is compressible in nature or incompressible in nature. Now why the fluid is required? So here we will take help of mathematics. Now in a mechanical engineering, power is a term, that is rate of doing work or work per unit time. So it can be written mathematically as a product of pressure and discharge. If we put units, then pressure unit is Newton per meter square, discharge unit is meter cube per second. So unit of power means Newton meter per second means watt. Means in case of engineering, mechanical engineering, whatever are the applications where the power development or power generation is done. That power may be power absorbing or power consuming. In that case, to generate power, we need to have these two parameters, pressure and discharge. We have to maintain pressure and discharge, and for that we need medium. That is what fluid use as a medium. So here now we will have this example. Here we see when this hand pump is used. So here, by the application of this force on the cylinder, here when the force is applied on this plunger on the area, then it develops pressure, because pressure is mathematically force divided by area, means Newton per meter square or Pascal. So this pressure is very important to develop a power. Here one of the application used here in the fluid mechanics, that is hydraulic ram. Here to lift the vehicle which is heavy in a weight, we can use here Pascal's law. By the Pascal's law, it states that pressure developed by the fluid acts in all direction equally. So here now in this device, here we see that pressure as it is force upon area. Here are the two plungers or pistons, left side and right side. So we will take here left side. F1 is a small force applied on the area, small area A1. That is equal to F2, means force which is developed or generated by the area, that is A2 of right side cylinder. With the help of values we will understand. Here if we apply 100 Newton force on 1 meter square, so pressure will be 100 Newton per meter square. That pressure developed by the Pascal's law will act in all direction equally. So when it comes here the area is 10 meter square. So when higher area or larger area, so it generates larger force. How much? 1000 Newton, because here ratio of F2 to A2, that should be 10, that should be 100. So here by the application of small force, large force can be generated. So this is possible by the fluid, with the help of fluid, because here the pressure is transmitted via the fluid. The second parameter, mathematical parameter here is very important, that is discharge. So here we see discharge. Discharge is what? Mathematically area multiplied by velocity, means meter square into meter per second, means meter cube per second. Meter cube is a volume, means volume per unit time, means here amount of volume passing at particular instant is called a discharge. So now here we will take help of continuity equation. Here when the pipeline through which fluid is flowing, when it is variable in a area, then what happens? Now as we know here the discharge is constant which is passing through this pipe. Now this is applicable only in case of incompressible fluid, means water or oil. So by continuity equation, discharge Q will be equal to A into V, means we can write A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So A1 is left side area, corresponding velocity V1. A2 is right side area, corresponding velocity V2, right side fluid. So here if left side area is 10 meter square into velocity 1 meter per second. So discharge will be 10 meter cube per second, which is constant. When the area is made half, then it will double the velocity, because 5 into 10, 5 into 2, that is a 10. So here velocity is 2 meter per second, means when the area is reduced, velocity is increased when the fluid is flowing with constant discharge. So now in this way, here will be balance of pressure and discharge in order to produce power. How? That we will see here. Now here is the case where the actual user end example, that is what this excavation and this removal of soil from one place to another place. So for that purpose, this is a JCB, which is a mechanical device used. This is operated by using mechanical link gauges. The source of power is here pump, gear pump. It produces pressurized oil, and that pressurized oil is supplied to the cylinder, or we call it as actuator. So thus this actuator is changing the location of this arms and this claw, and that's why the final aim, that is excavation, is fulfilled. So in this case, power as the product of pressure into discharge, we will have here 100 Newton per meter square as an example pressure, and 10 meter cube per second is a discharge. So 1000 Newton meter per second means watt. 1000 watt is a power. Now this power is transmitted by the gear pump by using a fluid, that is oil, from this reservoir to the end point, means this movement of this claw. So the branch in which study of fluid in motion with consideration of forces is carried out, this branch is called as fluid dynamics. Now what is use of fluid? So already we have discussed that when we want to transmit power from one source to other source, or one location to other location, we need fluid. So depending upon the type of device, power producing device, in that we can say engines and turbines, which are used to develop power, to generate power, mechanical power, and other category, power absorbing devices, in which power is consumed to drive the pumps and compressors. So here transmission of power taking place. How? With the help of fluid. Here we will take example of hydraulic power plants. So here we see this is a dam, that is a storage of water. So potential energy is present in the water. When this water is allowed to flow inside this penstock under the gravity, then it will get velocity. So in this case, potential energy will be converted into velocity, means kinetic energy, means hydraulic energy will be converted into kinetic energy. When this high velocity water is passed through the turbine, here rotation of turbine rotor will be taking place. Here conversion from kinetic energy to mechanical energy take place, and further this turbine is coupled with generator, where the conversion of mechanical energy into electrical energy is done, and this electrical energy is supplied to the consumer or customer by laying the transmission lines. So in this way, to convey the power in the form of hydraulic power to the consumer as electrical power, here we need to use this fluid, that is a water. In this case means liquid in case of hydraulic power plants. This is reaction turbine, that is Francis turbine, which is used in a hydropower plant. Another example we can take of steam turbine. Here the source of energy is a steam. That steam is produced in a boiler from the water by application of heat. That steam is carried and it is passed through the nozzle over the set of blades which are fixed on the rotor of this turbine. So when this steam is passing through the nozzle, its velocity is increasing. So this high velocity steam, when is passing between these blades, here the change in velocity is taking place, thus development of or generation of force is taking place and rotation is taking place. So here mechanical energy is developed. Further, when it is coupled with generator, here mechanical to electrical energy conversion is taking place. So in this case, here the source of power is a boiler heat energy which is given to the water, and then that energy is conveyed by using a fluid as a steam which is carried up to the turbine and passing through these steps. So that's why here fluid is playing a role, important role in case of steam turbine. Here in the case of water supply and distribution system for city, here this is a pumping station where the centrifugal pump is used to lift the water from the source, water source. This water is lifted. So in this case, here pressure energy is required. This pressure energy is obtained by the running of impeller. That impeller is applying energy on the water, thus pressure energy is developed. So under pressure this water is moved to the high level reservoir. We call it as elevated service reservoir. Here the water is stored, and from this then this water is supplied to the whole city to the customer by using distribution lines. So in this case fluid is a water. So in this case these are the set of centrifugal pumps which are used to lift the water from low height to high height. In this case, this mechanical energy which is imparted by these impeller blades on the fluid, this mechanical energy is converted into pressure energy, and by the pressure energy this fluid is supplied to the elevated service reservoir by using this centrifugal pump. In this case we will take here case of fluid as a gas, when the fluid is used in gaseous form. So we know that airplane, how it fly under the action of force or thrust. Now this thrust is developed. For that there is jet engine to develop this thrust. This jet engine is fixed below the wing of the airplane. So inside this jet engine there is a set of fan. So this is a fan which suck the air, and this air is passing over the set of blades of compressors. When the air is passed through the compressor blades, here compression is taking place, means pressure of the fluid is increased, pressure of air. Now this air with high pressure is mixed with fuel and burned in a combustion chamber. So here this fuel, when is burned or combustion take place, here because of this fluid in a gaseous form at very high pressure and high temperature, then this fluid when is allowed to pass further through this next set of turbine, here through the turbine when it is passing, then their axial thrust is developed, and this thrust is used to move the aeroplane or to produce the drag force which is required to move the plane in forward direction. So in this case, here the fluid is used here as a fuel and air mixture in the gaseous form in the generation of power. In case of power braking system, here we see brake fluid used here in hydraulic braking system in automobile. Now this is used in order to reduce speed of a vehicle. So here when this brake fluid is coming here, this brake fluid is applying pressure via this piston on the brake pads. Thus speed of vehicle is reduced. So in this way we have seen use of fluid in different applications. Here in this case also we see this is the application of force on this paddle, then movement of this plunger, then development of pressure, transmission of pressure via this pipeline, and this further is transmitted to the brake shoe. By the application of brake shoe on this wheel, speed of this wheel is reduced. So in this way, at the end of this session, you can explain what is fluid, why fluid is required, and what is use of fluid. So subscribe the channel for further video sessions. Thank you.